Basketball fans, welcome to the Nderitu Basketball YouTube channel, your one-stop shop for everything about the NBA. The Phoenix Suns have a Bradley Beal problem, and in this video I'm going to explain to you why. In the summer of 2022, the Washington Wizards gave Bradley Beal a 5-year, $251 million contract extension, and in that extension it included a no-trade clause for Bradley Beal. This meant that the Washington Wizards at the time could not trade away Bradley Beal without him knowing, without his consent. And in the summer of 2023, Bradley Beal got traded to the Phoenix Suns. And Bradley Beal had a hand in that trade because he chose the destination and there was mutual agreement between the Washington Wizards and the Phoenix Suns. So the Phoenix Suns were the organization that decided to adopt Bradley Beal's horrendous contract, and it's turning out to be one of the worst contracts in league history. And currently, right now as we speak, the Phoenix Suns are moving in a different direction. They brought in Jalen Green, they brought in Dylan Brooks, they have Kaman Malwatch, and they're looking towards reshaping their identity and going younger. Bradley Beal, who is currently 32, has not lived up to the expectations for the Phoenix Suns, and he has not lived up to the massive contract that he signed, considering the fact that he is getting close to $50 to $51 million per season, and he's not playing towards that contract because in his in-game averages, he's been averaging 17 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. That is not enough to justify that contract because we have different role players. We have players who are playing above their current contracts and they're not being paid similar to what we see in Bradley Beal. But nonetheless, the Phoenix Suns find themselves with this problem. And this is a main issue because NBA executives all across the NBA, they are not willing to take on Bradley Beal's contract, and the only sure thing that the Phoenix Suns can do right now is a buyout. With that buyout that is there, that's the last resort. And given the fact that Bradley Beal has had one of the most underwhelming stints, especially for an NBA team, and also his career has not been the greatest, especially when he has played for a small market in the Washington Wizards. He has never made any significant playoff noise, and given his injury history, it has stifled what he could be able to do, especially in his abilities to even help a team contend for a title. But Bradley Beal had an option in joining a contender in 2022, but he decided to take the money. And right now, things are not looking good for him because Beal's underwhelming Suns tenure has been one that has left a very bad taste in a lot of people's mouth. And given the fact that he has been proven to be a liability by the Phoenix Suns and somebody who cannot contribute to wins, this one adds insult to injury, and it doesn't support his case in being an NBA player anymore. I'm not saying he's not a good NBA player, but he cannot be able to command any leverage, especially when it comes to trade talks or even being a starter in the league. And given the fact that his tenure with the Phoenix Suns has not been the greatest, it has not helped his case as well. And the financial possibilities for the Phoenix Suns, they're looking towards a buyout that's similar to what we've seen the Milwaukee Bucks do with Damian Lillard. That is the next course of action. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they are faced with the chance of, can we wait for Damian Lillard to heal from that torn Achilles, or should we go all in and try to get somebody who can help us contend and not waste Giannis's prime? So Giannis, he was not happy with the decision of waiving Damian Lillard, and that came from the front office. And if you look at how the Milwaukee Bucks did it, you could see that is what the Phoenix Suns are trying to do. And albeit Bradley Beal is healthy and this team has not been able to even win a single playoff game since Bradley Beal joined the team, it has added on to the Phoenix Suns looking towards moving in a different direction. And given the fact that they were able to get Jalen Green, who has had a career season with the Houston Rockets, he helped the Houston Rockets get to the number 2 seed. Being coached by Ime Udoka was the greatest thing to happen to Jalen Green because he averaged 21 points, 4.6 rebounds, 3.4 assists. The Phoenix Suns are looking towards building around a young core, and Bradley Beal's future is very uncertain currently, especially being 32 years of age and he's not able to get any suitors in the NBA. Things are looking very difficult for Bradley Beal. And the Los Angeles Clippers have thrown themselves in the hat and they're waiting to see if Bradley Beal is going to be bought out and they're going to go ahead and sign him to a vet minimum deal, similar to what we've seen with the whole DeAndre Ayton situation when he got waived by the Blazers so that he can create some cap space. And the Lakers went ahead and signed him to to a 2-year, $18 million deal. This is something that can happen. But for the Phoenix Suns, they're taking the biggest L in this one because there's a high likelihood that Bradley Beal is the real reason as to why the Phoenix Suns are ruined. If the Phoenix Suns are not able to trade this guy, that means that off the books they'll have about $20 to $25 million to pay him annually for the next 5 years to be able to get out of that deal. Similar to what we've seen the Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks just had to waive Damian Lillard and they're going to pay him $22.5 million for Dame not to play for the Milwaukee Bucks. And they stretched out his contract and that's that. And Bradley Beal right now, I can say he's officially is done and he just ruined his career. He chased the bag. He wanted to go ahead and win, but he couldn't. And right now, I can say he's the main reason as to why the Phoenix Suns are not able to be active in this free agency. And even with the post-Kevin Durant Phoenix Suns, there's a high likelihood that the Phoenix Suns will not keep Bradley Beal in this coming, even past free agency, even before the season starts. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to play, or even if he's bought out, who will take on Bradley Beal and his play style? Because a lot of teams are trying to get younger and Bradley Beal is not going to cut it. So, I mean, the Phoenix Suns have a lot to do, especially when it comes to this free agency. I know they are retooling around their young roster, their young core. They got Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, and they got Carmen Malwatch there. They still have Devin Booker there. Devin Booker is going to sign a huge extension and he's going to stay with the Phoenix Suns. So this reset button that the Phoenix Suns are taking is the right course of action, especially blowing it up, because trading away KD was something that had to happen because there was mutual agreement that KD was not going to go ahead and return. Coming in from his agent, Rich Kleiman, to the Phoenix Suns front office, he's not going to come back. And given the fact that Bradley Beal has refused to waive his no-trade clause to allow teams to be able to trade for him, or teams that can be able to match his salary are going to take him, it's a tough one. And the fact that he says he holds all the cards, that's the big difference. And this Phoenix Suns realized that they can't hold out on this guy because they're going to suffer in the end. And right now I can confidently say that Bradley Beal has partially ruined, if not ruined, the Phoenix Suns salary-wise, because Bradley Beal is going to get a ton of money, and in this case he is going to get every single penny in that contract. But the justification for that money is non-existent because he has not been able to make it to the postseason, or even if he has made it, he has not been able to make it past the first round. So that is the biggest problem. So it is what it is. So do drop me your comments down in the comment section down below. I'll be releasing videos of this nature, and stay tuned to that. And I'm out. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.